Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What is the worst thing you have found on someone else's phone? Not me, but a bartender friend of mine found a phone unlocked on the bar and couldn't locate its owner, so he punched in his own phone number and found out he was already in the contacts. Is creepy. J. Did this once. Used a friend's phone to call mine so I could locate it. My number was saved under no talkie. Are you mute by chance? Ugh, I was side dish, and I thought we were falling in love. Videos of my then husband descending into madness. He had gotten a traumatic brain injury, after which he took loads of videos of him going crazy. Last one, he was covered in vomit arguing with his reflection and had no idea it was him. 100% do not suggest watching someone you love like that. Trauma. Sounds like he recorded this intentionally to chronicle what he already suspected was happening. I'm sure. It was scary. He cried a lot and was confused. Forgot about our baby. It was watching him die. I went through something similar with my ex-wife. Not sure it was due to a TBI, but it probably was. She did have a bad head injury from a fallout of a tree, and a hospitalization for it. As a teenager, long before I met her. The first half of our decade of marriage she was sweet, loving, rational. The second half I watched her fall into a clique of crazy conspiracy groups online and eventually isolating herself from a lot of our friends and eventually me. After seeing some of the videos she posted just before and after our divorce, I just didn't even recognize her anymore. Her last video was her filming a confrontation she had with the police because she was constantly filming people in her apartment swimming pool as part of some weird conspiracy idea. It is terrible to watch someone you were fully in love with turn into someone you don't even recognize, and be powerless to stop it. I feel like my wife was stolen from me. 5 years later, I still haven't even thought about being in a serious relationship again. Don't know how long it has been for you, but I hope you are doing better. I'm so sorry you went through that, friend. My wife had a similar story with her ex-husband. We also suspect he had a bunch of undiagnosed TBIs. I'll spare the details, but he started out a great person and changing a lot despite all the support from the people closest to him. He eventually had an affair. They divorced, and a few months later he died by suicide. From my wife's experiences I learned grief can fuck you up so bad. B. What an amazing, powerful person my wife is. I was jealous of her relationship with his family when we first started dating, but I have since come around. I now see them as family. We will involve them in our firstborn's life because they are amazing people. And yeah, firstborn on the way. Smile. I share all this so you know that you are not permanently damaged, and yes, it's possible to find yourself in a place where life is beautiful again. Hang in there. Be courageous even if it means feeling the pain again. Sparkling heart. My ex-wife's found a recipe for potato salad with raisins in it. I understand why you two divorced just from that recipe. My dad died about a year and a half ago in a car accident. I went through his phone after he passed and he had taken pictures of the bay near where he grew up the morning of his accident, and he had a half-written text message to me making plans to see me for Christmas. It's not like those things are shocking or awful in the way CP or whatever is. But it's shocking and awful in a way that it's a view into a life cut short. It was 2 days before Christmas and he was reminiscing about his childhood and planning with his children, and it all just ended in the blink of an eye. It guts me every time I think about it. After my dad died, I had to go on his computer and get all the financial info for my mom. I saw he had downloaded Fortnite onto the desktop recently. He probably wanted to play it with me, but his computer wasn't powerful enough. I cried so hard. Sorry for your loss. Sad face. If it helps at all, your post inspired me to play tonight with my son. He's 11 and it's been a rough go lately. He's going through the whole rebel phase but hasn't actually hit puberty like a lot of his friends. He's withdrawn a little and we haven't spent as much time together despite the opportunity. I'm making popcorn, our top choice of snack. And we have the room set up with Fortnite on the Xbox, BTD6 on his tablet, and some of his Friday Night Funkin' mods on his laptop. Hanging out with a work friend after work. We would have a couple beers at this restaurant and he would scroll Tinder and I would help him decide on which way to swipe. Until we saw my wife, now ex-wife. That was not a great time. Edit. This exploded lol. 9 years on Reddit now, over half my karma is just this comment. Thank you for the supportive DMS. Oh no. Fuck. That's brutal. It was. I'm good now though. My ex-wife's iTunes on her iPhone was actually my account that I set up for my iPad. She was just too lazy to set up a new account. So I told her if she did that her iMessages would come through to my iPad. She said she didn't care, until she started cheating on me and I got the texts directly to my iPad. Don't leave us hanging. What happened next? Oh, by that point it was just generic domestic drama. She denied there was anything at first. I knew she was lying and we got divorced. It was just through her own stupidity that she got caught. Found texts from my Jeef's secret lover. This was in the early 2000s, when phones were still super primitive. Her phone had that Snake game on it. And mine didn't, so I would occasionally use her phone to play Snake. The game would get interrupted if someone texted though. And sure enough, while I was playing, her secret lover texted her. I saw it, and then couldn't help myself and had to read the rest of the texts between them. Absolutely crushed me. Mild compared to a lot of other people's stuff posted here, I know. It doesn't have to be much to hurt. Borrowed my ex's phone once, and while I was using it a dude texted her saying how much he missed her and couldn't wait to get her in bed again. That was like 13 years ago, but I still remember exactly how hard it hit me. I've had it happen twice. First time I was 21. My then girlfriend had been using my laptop. So when I went on it and opened up Facebook, it was still logged into her account and the conversation between her and the guy she was fucking popped up immediately. Second time I was 29. My then fiancé left her Gmail logged in. I went to what I was expecting to be my Google Photos, and immediately there's extremely graphic photos of her and one of the guys she'd been fucking. This happened 3 weeks after we'd booked the wedding photographer. And we'd just bought a house together as well. Pretty sure that one actually gave me some form of PTSD. Honestly, there is no feeling quite like it. It's been a year since that second incident and I still don't think I've fully recovered.